Coming down to the wire, Vice President Harris this weekend meeting with top contenders to be her running mate. We don't know for sure who has made the final round, but Governors Josh Shapiro, Andy Beshear, and Tim Walz have all canceled planned weekend events. The Ticket's first event together is set for this Tuesday in Philadelphia. I'm back with Amisha Cross and Brendan Buck. So, Brendan, who do you think is in the lead? Because we've been told don't assume anything just because this first event together is going to be in Pennsylvania. But does that, in your mind, point to Shapiro?
I don't know that it points to anybody. I mean, most VPs get announced somewhere outside of their home state. When I was working for Paul Ryan, he got rolled out in Virginia. That said, Pennsylvania is so critical that I think that you have to think that Josh Shapiro is the leading candidate here. And I think for a number of reasons. One, he's got that governing experience and the competence to actually be president. He's a terrific communicator. And, despite what I had said previously, they could lose Michigan, they could lose Wisconsin. They can't lose Pennsylvania. And I don't know that where a VP is from really matters that much. But if it matters a little, I think you have to take it because Pennsylvania is that important. And he's also got the AG background, as Harris was an AG herself, an attorney general. So I expect that's the leading candidate. But a lot of it's just going to come down to how well they vibe and how much they get along together in these interviews. And I think that will be really critical this weekend.
Yeah, but you make that good point. They both were AGs, and that would give them kind of the same language and experience to share. Amisha, you have some progressive Democrats who've raised the alarm, though, about Shapiro because of his strong ties to Israel, his response to campus protests, as well as his support for school vouchers. In fact, close to 50 progressive leaders nationwide signed a letter urging Harris to pick someone else. That said, he has a 54% approval rating in Pennsylvania, and a prominent leader in the Arab community in Philadelphia wrote recently, Shapiro has had their back. So is Shapiro a good calculated risk, or does he have baggage?
I think Shapiro is a perfect calculated risk. What we know from the progressive wing of the party and the progressive voter base is that they have had multiple questions about the Democratic nominee at this point not being progressive enough for the last 4 presidential elections. So I don't think that is necessarily something that we should really look at as the bellwether as to how we move forward. What we do know is that the president is the person who outlines and creates the policy for the nation. And with that being said, the vice presidential pick, I think that in this case, in this election cycle for the Harris campaign, is going to be probably one of the most important that we've seen historically. But with that being said, it also matters that he's from Pennsylvania. It also matters that he's been in AG. It matters that he has a long-standing relationship that goes back years with Vice President Kamala Harris. And I also think that because we have this special relationship with Israel, because what we've recently seen with Hezbollah and the activity there as well, there's going to have to be very, very strategic conversation held. And I think that Shapiro's relationship with the Arab community, with the Muslim community, it is actually a really strong one. And we've seen people try to dig up things from his past. They think a paper he wrote when he was in college and basically use that to kind of nullify him as a potential choice. I think that the Harris campaign would be making the right stride if they chose Shapiro.